same stuff can be also in the suite file, but it's a little bit more linear and simple if you have a different resource file. And with the resource file, you can link if you have a multiple test suite, you can implement, or you can link this resource file to multiple test suites. Okay. Good. Then, so let's hit the first print. As a web page user, this is our user. I want to test basic function of the web page. So we check with the first test case that page opens, and the second test case that we can navigate menu. And these are information that how you can exit the whole suite, and you can also execute one test there with the dash just test and test case name. So the question is, where can I find help? Let's say we are using Selenium library, so just Google Selenium library. And with the first hit, you can actually find the Selenium library keyword documentation. Okay, but this is good enough. So this is a documentation. So Selenium library, if you Google that, you can first link is coming to the Selenium library keyword document or Selenium library documentation. And this is a documentation of Selenium library. Maybe main things here, what you are going to use. Okay, there's a thing about this, you are doing this web testing. Important things are this locator strategy. So you need to choose locator strategy or do some. And if your test, your web pages has been written in a good manner, then they have like unique IDs of every web page. Even the web page changes, but the element is still there. Then it's always pointing to the right place.
And this is what I meant, for example, with the testability, is that when you're writing those test cases, it's kind of like a good practice that if you find something that you need to automate and it's not really like the only way to access certain elements within a web page is like huge expanse. Those are brittle. It's well, it's not mandatory, but like for your own sanity, it's good that at that point you go to the developers or your product owners and get maybe this kind of area should be addressed so that the testing can become more stable and more like stable against some regressions when certain things are changed in the layout, so the expands like kind of layout. So that is already like first indication that when you're doing testing, it's some feedback that you need to give to the developer.
Good. Then the thing what you are usually finding here is a shortcuts to the keywords. So these are library keywords that Selenium library gives you, and this is how you are controlling your browser. So as you can see here, the resource file, this open browser is a keyword in the Selenium library, and then when it's open the browser, the Selenium library knows the context, so it knows that, okay, this is the browser I need to control. And yeah. And you can open multiple browsers also with the Selenium library, but it knows all the sessions, what it has opened, all the instances of the browser, what this has opened, and you can control them. So this is already there, so you open the browser to the base URL. After that, all these different keywords you can use. There's different kind of stuff that you can do. Input text, click element, click buttons, these kind of things.
Yeah, so there is like interaction kind of things. There's keywords for fetching information from the page, and then there is like a set of like assertion functions, okay, that you want to verify. They are not really like clearly highlighted in this, but when you look at the individual documentation for the specific keyword, it's kind of like clear what is the aim. And also like from the kind of name, if it has should or should not, then obviously that doesn't assert kind of thing.
Yeah. So let's, to support this, let's check how the open browser keyword documentation looks like. So open browser is a keyword, and then positional arguments here, they are mandatory. But you can have also named arguments in Robot Framework, and these are optional arguments. So as a default, it uses browser, it uses Firefox, but you can have different kind of browsers. Google Chrome. Then you have also this nice feature nowadays that you can have a headless Chrome or headless Firefox. Because it used to be that if you're not in the CI system, you need to make some tricks that you can get actually working. In the Windows machines, there was plenty of tricks that you have done. It was a bit more easier with the Linux machines. But anyway, then we use this Phantom.js or some other headless browser. But nowadays, Firefox, Chrome, they can execute in headless mode. So I really prefer that use this headless Chrome and headless Firefox in the CI system. You can also try it out during the day that how it works. But then Edge, Safari, Opera, Android and iPhone, and these kind of things. And there's also here, like you can give an alias for the browser. So example that if you open multiple browser sessions, it can be, idea can be this that okay, you are the customer of the bank, you want to open one browser to act like as a customer, and then you are a person who works with the bank, and then you want to maybe open another browser. And then you can interact between this and switch between these windows, so you don't do it everything the same browser instance. So alias is that. Remote URL, if you are using browser stack or that kind of, or then you are using this Selenium grid, then you can use it. So you can give a URL which is command to the browser in that place. And these are something that you can more advanced stuff, but you can actually change stuff inside the browser with those. But you don't need those, only the URL and maybe the browser. All right. So, okay, so basically the first test case is pretty simple. This keyword we haven't yet implemented, but we have already described what should happen there. And now we get robocon.io. Is this that if you go to robotframework.org, and then we need to click this link here, the menu item here, and we got this page. So what would be a good test case step for that we are verifying that we are going to robocon.io? Sorry?
Open browser, type in IO robot.io, and then click on or navigate to the box, to the subpage.
Okay, I will click Robocon menu item and Robocon IO. Like this, right? So this part is now more like an ATDD stuff that we are having discussion around it, so how this should be described here. And this is the thing that you need to now write this in your test case. All right, good.
And does the code completion take into account what's defined in the resource.robot file, or the same?
Yes, taking from the resource file, code completion. The problem with the robot framework at the moment that it doesn't have really good code completion tools. So,
yeah. And I just want to point out that there is a project going on. This Microsoft released this language server protocol. and we are in progress of writing a basic LSP implementation just for the robot framework. If you're interested in the project, just join robot framework Slack, and there's a channel called LSP, and I'm one of the guys that is actually writing it. So essentially what it does is that it will provide code completion and linking and that sort of stuff for any browser, or any editor or IDE which supports LSP. But at the moment there are, for example, VS Code does have LSP implementation, but that is written in TypeScript, and getting that to work on all the environment is a little bit of hassle, because we want to provide that everything on the stack is Python. But at the moment, there is not really like a really good way that works in all the environments. But do check out LSP project in Robot Framework Slack if you're interested.
Is it planned that it's coming to 3.2 or?
Well, I'm the only developer at the moment, and nobody seems to be helping, so probably not. But let's see. Yeah, there is a stuff already that has like, it starts and stops and responds to command. But the plan was that it might be coming with the new parser things, but I don't know how much time I have for that.
But anyway, it's a little bit problematic, and I think at some point PyCharm has the best code completion stuff, but I don't know what the shit says. But this is something that, like Jani says, we are going to improve. All right, good. So let's execute some tests. So, how to execute the test? It's a robot, and then the file name. Robot frame, or suit name. Robot, so try it out, please. Robot framework, Apricot, sorry. So open the browser, and it's probably not doing anything much that because we don't have. So what is complaining that no keyword with name robot framework main page should be opened, found, and that's true. So your first thing is that make the first test case pass. So make the support framework main page should be open, found. So create a keyword named robot framework main page should be opened in the resource file, and find from the Selenium library what would be the keyword to implement that part.
This can be also executed by Maven, probably, right? It's part of a Maven build.
Maven, yeah, there's a Maven. Have you any used the Maven stuff? I think no. But there is a Maven. Okay, yeah.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I know the project is.
Yeah, I think one project.
Okay, that is the core because Maven is so popular. Everyone is like using it.
Gladly I'm not in projects which involve Java. I work mainly on Python level and C++ and like all of that stuff. So but I know for sure there's and robot framework they actually there is also like jar file that just use the like JVM even but I have not really experimented with that.
And there's also a way to see controlling the browser, like for example that you can debug. So let's say step 1, click here, and then debug, okay, then it does the next step. Or will it always just click as fast as possible and then it's either a fail or a success?
So you mean that to make it smaller or?
Yes, exactly. To see each action.
You can use a set Selenium speed and you can say that okay, it's 1 second each delay between those. And then there's also a tool that you can like record execution, at least in the C
Can you have a parallel watch of the browser as well?
So run the test. Sorry,
parallelly watch the browser, how it's
Yeah, just like split the lock screen and then split the desktop, yeah.
That was also my question more or less. Because sometimes in developing such tests it's hard to see why it fails, because just click, and then you have a lot of fail, and what exactly was now?
Usually the execution stops at the failure. Like
Yeah.
obviously it depends on what kind of the failure is. There's like, for example, there is some issues with certain things where a click doesn't actually go through, and that there is no really like event that will cause that. So that might cause that, okay, that it goes further, and you don't see the event. But for example, like I don't want to like just to advertise my own stuff, but I've been working on this kind of like Selenium testability, which like under the hood it will monitor if there's some asynchronous events going on, like animations and that sort of stuff, and it will block the execution for the duration of, for example, if you have like a fetch request on the application on the sub side, or you're using what is this XML request, blah blah blah, you're using something like. So it will monitor those, and it will block the execution of that sort of stuff. It's still in like early development works, but there is like way. But if you just want to debug things, there is also a robot framework debug library, which you can just drop in the kind of like breakpoints into your robot code, and then it drops into the shell, like debug shell on that. I have like a couple of times experimented it, and it gives you the context where the kind of like test case is, but it's not. That's usually not my workflow, but like it is there. So there is this kind of like behavior also where you can just drop into that debug.
Okay, so implement the first test case. So basically what you need to do is in the resource file, you need to implement this robot framework main page of the open. How many of you have the first test case green? So now you need to check from the Selenium library documentation what would be a good keyword to check that you are on the correct page. So please do it. Put the first test case green.
And ask questions if you have.
Yeah, I remember that. I have experience with test bench from Bach. Because so there's this Java framework called Arc.
Two spaces or more to separate the argument from the keyword. That was a good finding there. And I completely forgot to mention that.
Yes, even in the last time you didn't mention that, like when we had the master class, that, okay, it's two or more spaces that is separator for parameters.
Yeah. Somehow it's coming from my keyboard. So two spaces or more for the separator. Yeah, problem. So how many of you get the first test case green? Hands up. Good. Second one. No.
Okay, so yeah.
You test the location.
Yeah.
We decided to test the
It's two or more. Or one tab.
Yeah, that's something that I now use title should be. So I check the title of the page.
Yeah, I
You
use
can check the
that.
location, you can check the title, content, whatever fools you that you are on the page. Use the title that sense because most of the cases you need, so take abuse. But you can use also location should be and title should be, so just write it like
But that's usually the discussion that you have when you do the ATD workshop or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
what are we
Yeah,
basically agreeing on? Give us the security that we
we
are.
agree that's absolutely right.
So that's something that you can put on lectures or whatever you
Yeah.
discuss, you make it, and that you can take to the. You don't have to implement it right away.
Yeah.
You can take this information and when you start writing the test, that's what you use first write it down.
Yeah, that's really important. So this can be discussed. Okay, well, how we use it? This has to be over.